can get a red-green deck. We can just play some lands. We need to kill some opponent's creatures here. I already started a competitive constructed with red-white historic. We already have a loss because our opponent that we played against had some really, really good deck, which, you know, we started changing our sideboard for the meta, which will hopefully that'll make it even better. But I want to thank everyone who are checking us out on the stream right now. We've got Joseph Nice-a-Lot, we got Moosehead the Cow, we got Moombaka, we've got all these other people checking us out. Slow Cool's here as well. Welcome, lurkers, to the stream. You guys are all awesome watching the Riptide Laboratory. And of course, let's continue on with some constructed, because you guys are awesome, and constructed is very good. M19! Typing stuff on the Twitter. Of course. So, Learn Day Wednesday will, of course, be every Wednesday. We'll go over some concepts in the game that people want to go over, especially Magic the Gathering and Arena. So I appreciate everybody for, you know, who came here to watch some regular streams that, you know, were checking that out. And I also just think it's going to be really fun today. Excuse me. Woo! Alright, so let's play some more Arena here. Let's do this. That was a lot of talking, too. That actually, woo! A lot of explanation was happening there, and I hope I was doing a pretty good job explaining how things were working. So we're going to go up against a Tezzeret here. Woo! I cut myself pretty bad shaving, and it hurts. Oh, Kari Zev, we got that on turn 1. Awesome. Or turn 2. We go first. Yeah, so let's put out the Clifftop Retreat so we can guarantee Kari Zev on turn 2. Turn 3 we can play Danitha with Prying Blade for free, which is great. And then turn 4 we can play Karn. Oh, Giant's Immolating Inferno, nice. Let's play Inspiring Vantage. I really hope we get another land, because that would be nice. Kari Zev, would you like to Fatal Push her? They don't have Fatal Push. That's good. So, I'm not sure. I guess we're playing it. Oh, black-red. Okay. Alright, then. I guess we'll just go play a land for turn. Then we'll go into combat and we'll attack. We'll see if they kill her. Oh, they're not going to kill her. Very good. I guess we'll just drop out SRAM then. Yeah, that seems fine. We've got a way to draw some cards now with SRAM's ability. We can put out Danitha, SRAM, or sorry, Danitha Prying Blade, and we get a bonus there. We can also put out the Prying Blade and equip it on Kari Zev, which would be really good. Very interesting. I think we want to... Maybe we should just play Prying Blade right now. I think we do that for the card draw. Yes, there we go. Then we'll put the Prying Blade onto Kari Zev. Then we'll attack with all that. See what they've got. Get all that damage in. Get some treasure. Very good. This is going very good. Our play style with this deck is getting better. We're ahead on mana now, which is really good with this deck. This is what we want to do in our red-white deck. So they played Ether Hub. And I guess they're going to pass the turn here. I guess they're playing something that's a little bit more aggro-y-ish. I'm not entirely sure. So I guess the idea would probably be trying to play Daneth the Capuchin, but I think we should play another Prying Blade to draw a card. We'll see if they respond with some sort of counterspell. It's entirely possible. But SRAM's going to give us more value here by drawing more cards. And that's something we want against control. This deck, especially as a mid-range deck, wants to draw more cards on the opponent. So we get more value out of the things we do. Curious to know if they're going to counterspell it. It's a Prying Blade. They might also just try to kill a creature, which is fine. We're entirely okay with this. SRAM is giving us massive value, so they probably want to get rid of him. That is your prerogative to do that. Which is really weird they didn't get rid of Kari Zev. Ooh, we drew Teshar. Very nice. So let's go ahead and go into combat and attack with Kari Zev. Let's see if they have another kill spell. It's entirely possible they do. Okay. We'll get rid of that. We'll drop a Danitha here, I think, after combat, just to see what they think. I'm thinking they have some sort of counterspell, or not. Oh, that's very interesting. I'm wondering if they have some sort of board wipe here. I mean, it's entirely possible they have some sort of board wipe, which would get rid of everything except Kari Zev, but they don't. So it looks like Kari Zev, of course, is one of the best cards in the format to drop. A lot of removal cannot target her damage-wise. Fatal Push still does. So we didn't really see much of anything on their side. So I'm willing to just kind of let things ride as is. I feel like maybe we should put in Walking Ballistas, because they're probably going to put in more removal, I believe. And if they do that, I think we should probably just drop back to the Prying Blades and put in the Walking Ballistas here. And drop back a SRAM or two. Yeah, I think that's fine. So now we have a bunch of 2-drops, which is fine. Maybe even drop back the SRAMs and put in the Abrades. Or Fight with Fires, actually. Fight with Fire might actually be pretty good, because we're expecting bigger creatures in a control deck, right? That's what we're thinking is going to happen. So Fight with Fire seems fine. Dropping back a Walking Ballista for another one seems fine, too. This all seems fine. So we're going to be on the back foot, so we're going to want to draw things that can take care of big creatures, right? So, of course, welcome everybody to the stream that are watching us as well. I appreciate everybody coming to check us out on Riptide Project Laboratory. We do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was a little bit late today because we had to set things up for our Learn Day Wednesday stream. Our opponent goes first. We have Daneth the Capuchin, Ajani, Teshar, and Jayas. This is a little bit too top-endy for me, so I think we should mulligan here. Okay, that's a little bit better. We've got Kari Zev into Mentor of the Meek and a Jayas if we need it. And a Johnny can be right there. That's fine with us, too. So turn 1, they play red. Turn 1 for us is going to be a Mountain. Pass the turn. Turn 2 will be Kari Zev into Mox Amber. That will be our next play. Now, we'll see if they actually have any sort of play at all, because their first hand really didn't have much of anything. Which is kind of strange. We'll drop our Clip Top Retreat, we'll drop Kari Zev, and we'll drop our Mox Amber, and then we'll pass the turn. Now they see that we have Mox Amber, which will allow us to cast Mentor of the Meek next turn, unless we draw a land, which you might want to just put out Ajani anyway, because having an Ajani this early in the game would be very, very good. Any sort of Planeswalker that we can cast for 3 mana instead of 4 on turn 3 is really good. And it's very, very good tempo. And it's very hard for an opponent to come back for that, because they're going to likely, especially in black, use... ooh, another Mox Amber, actually. Oh, we can cast a Johnny right now if we want to. That seems like a good idea here. So let's go ahead and cast a Johnny right here, because this early might be too good. We're going to tap that for a red. Oh, we can't. We actually don't have... the white for that. Okay, so we can't actually cast a Johnny here. So I think we want to cast Mentor of the Meek before we go into combat, just in case they kill our creature. play that. Oh, we could have put out Mox Amber to draw a card, too, if we wanted to. But we didn't do that, unfortunately. I think we should have done that, actually. That would have been a good play to do. Now they're probably likely to kill Kari Zev or Metro the Meek, or just play Nicol Bolas, I guess. Discard a card. Well, I think we'll just get rid of Mox Amber, thank you. Yeah. Well, Mox Amber and Teshard is a thing. Giant Simulating Infernal can help us kill Nicol Bolas. But let's get rid of that. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. We can attack. Mox Amber would have actually helped us kill Nicol Bolas here, which would have been really good. But let's go ahead and attack. We're going to draw a card off Kari Zev's ability. So we'll tap this mana right there. Draw land. Very good. Okay, that's very good. Yeah. We'll play that land. We can't Inferno here for enough, but we can do it next turn, which is good. They're likely to kill our creatures now to slow us down. It's a thing that is possibly going to happen. The Scarab God! That's very interesting. They're like, we're just playing black value here, which is, I guess, fine. Karn, huh? Karn won't let us do the things we want to. Mox. We can cast a Johnny at this point, actually, which would be really good. But I think we want to just attack and get more value out of Kari Zev. I think we just want to get more value here, is probably what we want to do. But a Johnny also can just keep ticking up, which is actually really good. And Nicol Bolas would have to keep attacking a Johnny. It's very interesting what we want to do here. Having the Scarab God right after Nicol Bolas is very tough. It is very tough. And especially because we were back on lands. We missed a land a turn, basically. And that's not good. Now, a Johnny can cast us a creature, or cast us, get a counter on Kari Zev, so you can attack for 2. And put a counter on Mentor of the Meek. But I think maybe we should continue drawing cards with Kari Zev. I think that's the idea, right? Because we could potentially draw another land, right? And then we could play it, and then we could play something else. So let's go ahead and go into combat. Let's attack with Kari Zev. Now, granted, this doesn't look very good. It's probably not going to be very good for us. A Blackblade Reforged, very interesting. So now that we know they have the Scarab God, there are some things we can do. They're basically playing Grixis value, right? That's their ideas. They're playing Grixis value. So we can go ahead and drop out the Blackblade Reforged. It'll make Kari Zev bigger. They'll do the Scarab God trigger, which doesn't work. They'll likely attack with both the Scarab God and Nicol Bolas here, because they'll just want to do as much damage as possible. Potentially, they want me to get my Mentor of the Meek to die. It's really rough at the moment right now. It's really rough. So we'll see what they do. If they kill Kari Zev, it's probably over at this point, because they'll get back Kari Zev from the graveyard with the Scarab God, and yeah, it'll just be really difficult to continue playing the game at this point. And they also potentially want to flip Nicol Bolas, right? No blockers. We'll take that 9. We'll go down to 7. It's possible now we can attack them for a lot, and it's also possible they also have removal. So considering the fact that they looked at Kari Zev, it's entirely possible they do. Now, we could attack, and then it would attack for 5. We don't have enough to deal damage to Nicol Bolas to kill him. We have a Johnny to make our creatures bigger. Let's assume they have removal, like Fatal Push or something, right? So Kari Zev gets hit with Fatal Push, which is they're assuming that Blackblade's going to go on to it. That means that we won't be able to block the Scarab God next turn for Mentor of the Meek and things like that. But if we play a Johnny right now, we can actually tick up and make Mentor of the Meek and Kari Zev bigger, so we can attack for at least 7. Now, granted, that means that we wouldn't be able to block with anything next turn, and we're pretty much dead, but it's a thing. Now, Immolating Inferno can deal 3 damage to three targets, which is not very good because of Scarab God is very big. So a Johnny here is probably not the best bet. To be honest, this is actually really difficult. Their creatures are too big. And they most likely have removal. With 4 cards left in their hand, they most likely have something to kill Karizev. And they're just waiting for us to put Blackblade Reforged onto it. So, since we can assume we're going to lose the game from this point, because there's really nothing else that can match up against them right now besides, like, Teshar, we would have to basically start blocking at that point. Now, granted, Teshar can enter the battlefield, and nothing else can happen from there. Yeah, it's really, really difficult. The idea would be to play Teshar and strap him up with the Black Blade to be able to come in every turn after we start blocking with the Scarab God, right? Well, let's see. Not entirely sure what we want to do here. I think casting Karn might be a thing. It's probably not possible, really. I mean, if we cast it, we make a 3/3. Let's cast a Johnny here and see what happens. A counterspell might also happen too. It's entirely possible they have that as well. Alright, so we can put our counters on our creatures. Let's see if they have any sort of removal. I'm sure they do. Or they're just not really caring at all, really. We'll attack them because we're pretty much dead at this point anyway. Alright, where's your removal? Let's see it. Very nice. And now they can actually bring back the Karizev to block with. That's actually very cool. That's pretty cool. That's a sweet combo there. Draw a card. See, Ragavan actually had us for Lantern Storm. And now we're pretty much dead, so we can go ahead and concede here. Curving Nicobolus into the Scarab God is an amazing draw for them, and that, I really think that was really good. So Chandra's Defeat can actually target Nicobolus, which is pretty hilarious. So I think we should grab that. Maybe turn down the Infernos here because we don't really need it. Possibly not that many Chandras. A Braid is also decent. I think a Prying Blade seems to be fine here. We need more of our 2-drops, so maybe Walking Bliss is not that great. Let's put in our SRAMs. Yeah, Chandra's Defeat and Fight with Fire seem to be really good here. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that seems decent. Sure. Alright, let's see if we can do this with our opponent. Now, we'll be on the play, so we'll be able to play our creatures fast, and maybe hopefully we'll get the things we need to attack them, and maybe they will get the cards they need to stop us, or curve out, basically. Chandra's Defeat, very good. We can use that against Nicobolus, and we have Karizev and Prying Blade and Mentor Living. This is a very good hand. So today is a little bit more of a learning stream. Also got all these people hosting me. 34 people hosting me! Woo! Welcome to the stream. All these people getting the host in with the mostins. I appreciate everybody watching our stream too. As we appreciate all of our lab team members. I'm getting a bunch of water on my desk here. That's a terrible thing, man. Don't get the water on the desk. So I'm looking to play some really interesting decks tomorrow. Oh, they're probably thinking about keeping their 7-hand. We'll wait and see what happens there. So I've got some cards coming in the mail tomorrow, which would be really cool. So I'm thinking they're hoping that we don't have Karizev, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, we do. Play that Swamp. We'll play our Plains, and we'll play Karizev. We'll see if they Fatal Push it. Oh, they definitely have Fatal Push. Nice. We'll respond nice to them because, you know, they're doing things. We've got our own creature as well we can play. We can play Mentor of the Meek. See if they can kill that. Is it possible? No. Good, then we can play a Johnny next turn. Oh, Johnny. So let's hope they have an island. So they're going to try to play Nicol Bolas, which will be great. There it is. Would you like to kill our creature? That's a brave. So they're looking to probably play Nicol Bolas next turn, which is fine because if we play... actually, if they play Nicol Bolas, we'd still have to kill it and discard a card. So probably... Karn is actually really good here, too. A Johnny can negative and get back Kari Zev, which sounds really good. Yeah, we'll do a Johnny here.
I understand you're in need of some. We still need you.
Here comes Kari Zev back to the battlefield. So they're likely going to play Nicol Bolas here, which means we're going to have to get rid of Karn, unfortunately. But Chandra's defeat will kill it, which is good for us. Champion Wits. Oh, they don't have another land. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, they get rid of Nicol Bolas from the graveyard and Torrential Gearhulk? How sad. They were looking for another land. Well, we can actually cast Karn here, which will give us an advantage by putting another Planeswalker on the battlefield and putting a creature on the battlefield. I kind of like that too, because then it allows us to make our creatures bigger. But we also can put out Mentor of the Meek and get value out of Kari Zev's ability, which I like that better, actually. And then we can leave a mana open if we need to. Tick up.
Deliver us to victory.
Okay, and then we'll enter combat. Attack. Drawing a card is actually really good here, too, so I think we'll do that instead, because we can draw something. Ooh, Inspiring Vantage. We can discard this card now to Nicol Bolas if they decide to play it. We'll not play this card this turn. We'll wait, actually, to see if they play Nicol Bolas. Because if we do that, then we can discard Inspiring Vantage instead. Hey! What did I tell you? Nice. Nicol Bolas is also red. So, we can also discard a card if we want to, but I think the best move here is to tick up on a Johnny. More counters on more creatures.
Look how far you have come.
We'll cast one red Chandra's Defeat on Nicol Bolas. Goodbye. Oh, they were like, what? Chandra's Defeat? Are you kidding me? So if we can attack with Prying Blade, we can actually put out another treasure. But I think... yeah, so we should attack with both. Should we? We can actually just attack with Kari Zev here. We will draw... do we want to draw a card? No, we don't. Because I think we just want to play a Karn here while we can. Alright, we're definitely taking command of the battlefield now.
Let us begin. Some solutions must be built.
So, Mentor of the Meek's gonna make us some extra bonuses. We've got our Planeswalkers on the battlefield. They're likely to play a land to play the Scarab God, but we don't really particularly care about the Scarab God at this point. It's not that good. It's possible they also want to kill their Champion of the Wits here. They want to maybe potentially abrade a thing if they can. I'm not entirely sure. We've got a lot of advantage on the board now. Our board state is really good. It's real good. If you'd like to attack, I'll block with my 2-2 because I'll make another 2-2 next turn. If they have Abrade, they're likely trying to kill Mentor of the Meek at this point. They're also trying to figure out if they're just dead next turn if they attack, which is entirely likely. Vraska's Contempt! We knew that was coming. Nice! Attack onto Karn. We can block with our 2-2 and make another 2-2. Or Karn just takes it. Karn just takes it.
I do not feel pain.
Fight with fire. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so card's going to tick up here. We're going to reveal the top 2 cards. We're going to look for lands. Oh, there it is. Looking for them lands. And we're going to try to make a bunch of treasures with Kari Zev so we can kick Fight with Fire. Yes, sir. Rebob. Give me that land. Thank you. We'll play that. Fight with Fire requires kicker of 5 and a red, so that's 7, 8, 9. That's 9. We have 4, 5, 6. We can have 7 here in just a moment.
Strength.
They're bigger.
Is born of struggle.
Okay, enter combat. Oh, we forgot to put on the prying blade. No! That makes me kind of sad. Sad face. We forgot to put on the prying blade. Fight with Fire can get rid of Champion of Wits. Oh, we totally messed that up. Oh well. Let's put the prying blade onto the construct, shall we? I bet they saw that too. They were like, wait a minute, you could have put the prying blade on there. I forgot to equip. That might cost us the game. Are you going to double Vraska's Contempt here with Kari Zev? No. Oh, they need a 5th land! That's really sad. Oh no. So what can we get back from the graveyard? Captain Lannery Storm? That seems real good.
You are capable of more than you assume.
Let's just tick up for more cards, though, before we do that.
Well chosen.
Oh, Kari Zev and a Chandra's defeat. Sure. We're going to put that on Kari Zev here. Excuse me. So we got a 6/7. We also have Teshar now, which we can do. Fatal Push? Do what? You did a Fatal Push, that's for sure. Okay. Still can enter combat with the 4/4, but I think we just want to drop out Teshar now. Well, let's go to combat first. Well, they have to block, right? Well, I guess they don't have to. Well, if they don't, they're going down to 3, and they want to attack one of our creatures. I'm okay with this now because Karn can take 2. It's fine. Second main, Teshar. Now we can get back creatures from the graveyard with Teshar. Ooh! And we can also attack in the air. So, it's a very good game. Oh, yeah! That's how we do it! Check that out. We got that win. That's our win right there. Well, we got a pack, too! Very nice. That's our pack for the day, right? Our pack for the week? If I'm correct? Yep. Okay, so we can get another pack. We get 5 more wins. It's entirely possible. So what's in our core set 2019 pack? Fiery Finish, Skilled Animator, and Patient Rebuilding. Very nice. Mill. We got the mill. The mill strategy. Okay. So let's go back to our competitive constructed. Let's keep on with this. We're trying to make things work in Arena. So, I got questions for the chat. I've got questions for the people watching me on YouTube. How are you today? How are you doing today? What are you looking forward to this weekend? Any interesting events or any other cool stuff you've got going on? Let me know. Let's talk about what you're doing. Let's see what is going on. So one of the coolest things that is happening right now are reveals for Commander 2018. And Commander 2018 is, of course, a Commander is a format. Wow, lots of mentors in the meet. Commander is a format where... Ooh, this is actually not bad either. bottom. Yeah. Commander's a format where you play with 100 cards, a single card in each card. Under each card, I mean. And, yeah. You've got lots of cool effects and stuff like that, and they try to make cards based on other things as well. Let's cast a Scram. Let's cast a Mox Amber. Pass the turn. Now we're ahead by mana, just a little bit. They can remove Scram if they want to. I'm going to play Danitha next turn. They're like, I'm scared of what Scram can do. I'm going to kill Scram. And I'm, you know, kind of fine with that. Unlicensed, really? Wow. Okay. Oh, Prying Blade, perfect. We can actually cast Scram and then Prying Blade. We got the value. We got there. Value. I bet they're going to try to play Nicol Bolas. Chandra. Okay. Are you going to minus on Chandra? You are. Jeez. They're just so aggressive with that minus. So we'll play Danitha Capuchin. We'll give her the Prying Blade. Yep. And we'll pass the turn. We've got another 3/2 that can attack. We've got creatures. We've got them all. Add 2 red. What are you going to play here? Hour of Devastation? That'd be very interesting. More spells. Jaya's Immolating Inferno. Goblin Chainwhirler? Sure. Double Goblin Chainwhirler? I would be quite impressed. Double Goblin Chainwhirler. Nice! Wow, that's very interesting. Let's go ahead and put out Inspiring Vantage. Let's play another Danitha Capuchin. Let's give her the 3/2 again. And let's say, hey, we've got it. Do you have yet more removal? Is it entirely possible? More Goblin Chainwhirlers? Did you open your hand with 3 of them? No. You have also decided to play Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Very interesting. Now that they've got all these Chainwhirlers here, we can also play Chandra's Defeat. Look at all this red stuff here we want to play Chandra's Defeat with. Nice. So, likely we're not going to win this game. Let's go ahead and concede, because they already have just the best curve there, and we're going to sideboard against them in a way that makes them feel like they really should not have played against us. Let's remove the Jaya's Immolating Inferno. That's not going to help us as much here. Definitely Chandra's Defeat will, as will Abrades. We can put those in here as well. Since we're on the back foot, we can get rid of some Mentors of the Meeks, and some Prying Blades here. Actually, we should keep the Mentors a little bit. Yes, this is how we should do this, because they're going to play... Nicol Bolas might also need to get killed with Fight with Fire, so maybe less Abrades and more Fight with Fires? That seems like a better plan here. We can also get rid of another Prying Blade and a Black Blade for double Abrades. I also like getting rid of the SRAMs for the Walking Ballistas at this point now. Okay, this seems a lot better. Now we have multiple ways to deal with all of their creatures. And we'll be playing first. So, our last opponent, we sided in Chandra's Defeat and had no issue getting rid of Nicol Bolas and winning that game. Our next opponent is playing value red creatures, which makes it even worse for them. Oh, this is a garbage hand. Let's get some sideboard cards up in here. Might have to aggressively sideboard for Chandra's Defeats. Ooh, I like this. Can we... Okay, it's a mountain. We'll see what happens, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to do it. Not having anything until turn 3 is kind of bad here. But we're on the play, so maybe we can get something out there. Inspiring Vantage can come into play. We'll pass the turn back. The next turn we'll attack with Captain Planetary Storm. Well, actually, we should put out Mentor of the Meek first to get some removal out of their hand, right? There we go. Called that. Okay, so they're likely to play nothing because they drew nothing. Awesome. Captain Planetary Storm. We'll attack with her. Or not. Very nice. Okay. So they're not drawing any lands, which is good. Hopefully they won't draw another land. They drew another land. It comes into play tapped. Alright. We'll play a mountain, and we'll play Mentor of the Meek. Hopefully they don't have removal all up in their hand, but it's entirely possible they do. Sure, you hit us with an Abrade. That seems fine. We're good also now to play Walking Ballistas for very large amounts. What shall you play this turn, I ask. It is a Chain Whirler, he says. I'm okay with that. We can also play yet another Mentor of the Meek and also Fight with Fire. Can we... We've got 6. If we kick it... That's what, 9, right? If we kick it, 7, 8, 9. We just need 3 more mana. I think we wait, because I feel like they're going to have Nicol Bolas, right? Oh, no, that means we're going to discard it anyway. Ah, yep. I should have cast it. We're going to discard it anyway. Oh, it's a Chandra! Are they going to minus on Chandra here?
I'm the best fire
They're really, really aggressively killing our creatures. Chandra's defeat. Awesome. Go away. Discard a card to draw a card? I don't think so. Actually, we can wait. I'm going to wait on that. I think we can get value out of this if we keep drawing lands. If you cast Nicol Bolas, I'm going to get mad. Okay. That's Nicol Bolas. Goodbye, Fight with Fire. We should have cast it. A Braid, that'll get rid of the Goblin Chain Whirler. It's a very, very good value deck that they have here. Sarkhan Fireblood. Alright, very interesting.
I know what I'm doing.
Another Nicol Bolas in their hand. Okay. Mox Amber, that's not going to help, but we'll play it. No, we'll not play it. We'll just pass the turn. We're likely to die here to Nicol Bolas. It's such a good card, isn't it? Wow. Very nice. Nice. That's a very interesting deck they have there. That'll give us our second loss for the competitive constructed, which means we'll only stop at 1 win. We got our red-green deck from them. So let's claim our prize here. We had such good stuff against them, but we just didn't draw it. We had so much removal, but we just never drew it. And we couldn't use the removal in the correct places. It just was kind of really not that good. So we have Demon Lord Belzenlock there. That's our mythic. Let's go ahead and pop back in there with a little bit better cycle, right? So against this meta that we're seeing, Sentinel Totem helps us out later. A Braid, Fight with Fire, Forsake the Worldly. A Chandra's defeat actually helped us out a lot there. So I'm thinking drop back 2 Sentinel Totems, put in some more Chandra's defeat, 2 more of those. Really helpful here. 1 Sentinel Totem should be fine, I believe. And maybe we just need more actual creature 2-drops here. Like, I'm wondering here. We've got cards that we got SRAM. It's very interesting. Okay. Now let's go back over here. Let's go back into competitive constructed. Well, maybe we should do a draft. Quick draft? Is it possible? Do we have enough gold? We don't, but we need some more gems. So let's go get some gems, shall we? Let's see. 750 gems, $5 for a draft. I'm sure we could do it. Let's see. So we want to do a draft, right? So let's do a little bit of a draft today, right? Let's draft a bit. Oh, I agreed to your terms. $5. Okay, we've got our gems. Let's go back over and let's do a quick draft of Hour of Devastation. Let's go through that. Let's do that. I want to draft Hour of Devastation. I've done it once before. Let's go ahead and draft that. Let's switch over to that. So let's put a little marker here where we'll start our draft of Hour of Devastation. So Hour of Devastation draft. We'll put the marker right there, so we can do that for the stream marker for later. And we shall start this up here, potentially with let's do a little